And the market was stupid hot. It was crazy at this time. And we would go to see flips. There'd be like 12 people in the driveway trying to get in the house. And I remember there was a house in Byron. They wanted like $230 for it. And I offered $50,000 over asking, and I didn't get it. And I told them my goals, you know, I'd like to quit my job in 5 years. Well, how about quitting in 6 months? And here I am like 4 months later quitting my job. I really pushed myself to the limit, you know, with the day job, with the family, with all these properties. I'm at my limit right now. So we were having some financial troubles anyways last year as a family. And then when this hit us, it basically bankrupted us.
What is up, YouTube? Matt McKeever here, and we're back with another video with Alex from Cashflow Tribe. If you didn't see the previous video with Alex, well, you're in for a treat. In today's video, he's going to break down for you exactly the process and the evolution of his portfolio as an investor. And you're going to know something very interesting. Very recently, it started ramping up. It started hockey sticking, as a lot of investors like to talk about, and that's exciting. Once you start getting on that exponential growth path, once you really start seeing yourself hitting the tipping point, and that's exactly where Alex was at the time of shooting this video. He was literally just at the cusp of the tipping point. He was just thinking about quitting his day job. It took us a while to get this video edited, so in fact, he's actually quit his day job by now. So one, I'm just really excited to share this video with you guys, but two, I hope that you can use this as motivation. There's so much to learn and unparse in this video and all the videos we showcase on my YouTube channel. So just make sure you're making the most of all this great content. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new here, all that good stuff. And let's dive into Alex's growth and journey as a real estate investor. What is up, YouTube? Matt McKeever here, and we're back again with Alex. And in today's video, we're going to do a deep dive into his portfolio. I always love these videos, just breaking down how a real estate investor's journey's been evolving over time. And so really excited. Let's just dive right into it.
Awesome. So before 2012, I was into stocks, made money, lost all my money, have some wild emotional stories like that. And so in 2012, I bought my first student rental. It was licensed north of London. So it was in an area where there's not a lot of student rentals, mostly single family homes. So it was actually really nice. So I ended up buying that one for $215,000.
And so what specifically about this property attracted you to it? And had you been looking for a property for a while at that point, Alex?
So at this point, I was looking for a couple months. And of all the properties this real estate agent showed me, this one was by far the nicest. It was on a corner lot. It had a 2-car garage, all brick. The property was not in amazing condition, but it was basically turnkey. You didn't have to do anything to it. And it was already rented out and making money. And so we decided to move on that one based on everything we saw. They were asking $224. Got them down to $215. I felt like a hero.
Yeah.
And you know, it's funny that you guys say, you know, this isn't a romance, and I bought this student rental and everyone told me I was an idiot. You know, my mom told me that my dad wanted to talk me out of it, and she told him to let me make my own mistakes. And it's interesting now, well, we'll get to that. But also I tell my friends, they say, you know, this guy failed, you shouldn't do it, go be a doctor, all this other stuff. And so bought that one was fine. We ended up selling that one this past January. So I bought it for $215. We put about $25,000 in it over the years. So not a lot of money, a lot of sweat equity. And we ended up selling it in January for $395.
Yeah, I remember that sale because I don't know if you guys set kind of like a new benchmark for that area, but it definitely...
I think we did. Obviously now it would probably sell for even more. So I was asking $399. I was going to take $390. We had it on the market in November, a horrible time, and it sat for a month. We were just about to pull the property off the market, and my agent said, hold on, I've got one offer coming in. And so came in $395, no conditions.
Perfect.
So it was fantastic because I needed this sale to kind of finish off my 2019 because we had such a bad year with all these issues that happened with us, family, financially, tenant problems. And so this was able to put some money back in the bank, pay off some bills, allow me to sleep at night. So we owned that one from 2012 till now. It was a great property. I didn't have to do anything to it. And you know, it cash flowed well basically the whole time. 2015, we bought a duplex. It was not turnkey at all. It needed a lot of work. So first thing we did, we bought it for $160, by the way, off market. We gutted the upper unit. It was a 2-bedroom upper. We bought it vacant. And so we put $45,000 in the upper unit. We changed the entire layout of the unit, spray foam insulate, new electrical, new everything. And so I spent about 5 months doing that, evenings, weekends, hiring buddies from work, that sort of thing. And the plaster is like that thick. Oh, it was brutal. And I was an idiot. I carried plaster out in garbage bags.
I've done it where we did with garbage pails, but still the same,
Yeah, I had the Home Depot garbage bags, fill them up with plaster. The bags are tearing. We're throwing them off the roof into a trailer. And then, you know, I take all these bags to the dump, and all these guys beside me have these dump trailers, and I'm hauling them off. I'm thinking, man, I'm so stupid.
Twice the work.
Yes. So over the years, we've improved, we've gotten smarter, we do business a little differently now.
And so in 2015, you were obviously looking for like a project, like you were looking for something where you could like add value. Is that why you chose?
I was, but I wasn't aggressively looking. I was kind of passively looking, but then this kind of fell in my lap where my agent Fred said, hey, I've got this property. Do you want it? You know, it's off market. Do you want it before it hits the market? So that's why we scooped it up. He kind of forced my hand, which was, you know, the best thing to happen to me. And then we actually renovated the main unit this year. So I'll get to that later. We bought this duplex in 2017. So I say failed flip attempt because before I bought this duplex, we were trying to flip houses. So I had a partner. He was going to do all the work. I was going to finance the things. And the market was stupid hot. It was crazy at this time. And we would go to see flips. There'd be like 12 people in the driveway trying to get in the house. And I remember there was a house in Byron. They wanted like $230 for it. And I offered $50,000 over asking, and I didn't get it. And you know, this happened like 6 times before we realized it's just not gonna happen. So then this duplex was sitting on MLS, no action. It was half renovated, done terribly. So we bought a partial project, and so we ended up gutting both units at the same time. Both were 3-bedroom units. And this year almost killed me because every evening, every weekend, bringing in guys from my day job to help, and this was very hard on us. And so we bought that for $230, but we did it pretty cheap. Both units we spent about $55,000 because we did a lot of the work ourselves. And right now that's cash flowing about $800 a month, and it's worth probably just over $400,000 right now. And then so between 2017 and 2020, nothing happened, right? Just working the day job, hating my life, that sort of thing.
And were you trying to like build up a down payment, or you got sick of real estate, or what did that look like?
I never got sick of real estate. I probably just got depressed because I'm like, man, all these guys are buying real estate. What the heck? You know, why can't I get anywhere? And you know, I switched jobs, tried to make some more money, but it wasn't enough. You can't save your down payments. You really can't. I mean, to save 40, 50 grand, it would take me forever, you know.
And that's something that's really powerful that takes a while for a lot of investors to really get used to the idea that leverage really is our friend if we're using it wisely as a real estate investor.
Exactly.
So like if you can use OPM for other people's money, I should say, for your down payment, or a JV partner for your down payment, that can really speed up and allow you to build a truly scalable business.
Exactly. And so between 2017 and 2020, kind of took it easy. So actually, right after we finished this duplex, December 2017, I actually bought another house for myself. And we actually took possession January 2018, gutted the house, and then renovated that for 4 months and then moved into it. So so I forgot about that. After that, I was totally burned out. Like I was at the point where I could hardly function anymore. And so we purposely took a break, but we had no money anyways. And I didn't really know at the time how to scale my real estate business. And so come 2020, I've grown my network of people. I know up till 2020, I knew nobody in London investing in real estate. 2019, the end of 2018, I started watching your videos. Somehow you came across YouTube for me, and then my Grows Heart as well.
Yep.
This past year. So I knew who you guys were. I didn't know anyone else. And so through growing my network and changing my mindset on how to actually scale business, I remember I was on the phone with Ben in January, and he said, by the time you save up to do your next 6 deals, I'm going to do 200. Mm-hmm. And he says, what's the difference? And I told him my goals, I'd like to quit my job in 5 years. Well, how about quitting in 6 months? And here I am like 4 months later quitting my job.
Cashflow Tribe.
Hey YouTube, have you checked out Cashflow Tribe yet? It doesn't matter whether you're an experienced, seasoned investor or brand new to the game. I can probably predict if you're currently not having the level of success you want as a real estate investor, it's due to one thing. That one thing is you're not making enough offers, plain and simple. You need to be making more offers as a real estate investor if you want to hit those big, audacious goals that you're setting for yourself. So here's the deal. Cashflow Tribe, that's the community that myself and Ben were making together. And so Ben's actually so busy trying to provide value to you guys that he had to take off there. But here's the deal. Cashflow Tribe is really a one-of-a-kind community focused on results. That's the difference between us and everyone else. We want to get you guys those results. I'm tired of seeing people commenting on my YouTube channel for 2-3 years now, but they're not making offers. What's holding you back? I'm going to guess that it's either a lack of confidence or a lack of competence. And we cover both of those things in Cashflow Tribe. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make you guys a 14-day free trial offer. You can join Cashflow Tribe completely free, get to test it out. If you like it, great, stay and pay. If you don't, well, I hope you at least find one great idea that you can take away and use to start making more offers, gain more deals, and finally start making the money related to real estate investing that's probably why you're watching my YouTube channel. So let's do this, guys. Let's make 2020 your year.
Cashflow Tribe.
I didn't know anyone else. And so through growing my network and changing my mindset on how to actually scale business, I remember I was on the phone with Ben in January, and he said, by the time you save up to do your next 6 deals, I'm going to do 200. Mm-hmm. And he says, what's the difference? And I told him my goals, I'd like to quit my job in 5 years. Well, how about quitting in 6 months? And here I am like 4 months later quitting my job. It's crazy. What's happened from January till now is just crazy. So January, we sold our student rental. We sold it for $395. And so I wasn't able to pocket all that money because we refinanced twice in between to try to buy more properties and pay down debt. And then 3 weeks ago, we closed on a 4-plex with a JV partner. And I was supposed to close on a triplex today with a different JV partner, but we're running into some difficulties with the lawyer and the bank. So it's probably going to close a week from today. And then I have under contract a flip in Sarnia with a different JV partner, but for this one, I'm actually the money partner.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm trying to grow my passive real estate investing portfolio on the side using joint venture partners, where they're funding the long-term properties and we're going to BRRRR them. Mm-hmm. And then I'm trying to get the active income side going, flipping houses with a partner or two there where I am the investor. So I'm trying to grow both sides at the same time. It's kind of driving me crazy because I've really pushed myself to the limit, with the day job, with the family, with all these properties. I'm at my limit right now. So we've got that triplex that was supposed to close today. It'll close next week. Then we've got the Sarnia flip under contract. That closes April 7th.
Okay.
And then I've got a flip in Ilderton under contract. This was why I was going to quit my job the end of April anyways, to take on this flip. So it's a larger home. It's going to require my time, and it gives me the project I need to walk away from my job to make some more active income.
Gotcha. And so you're planning to actively be swinging a hammer on the Ilderton project?
For this one, I will be.
Yeah.
I have to. I feel like I have to, and I'm now going to have the time to. As we grow, I want to be doing that less and less, but I'm willing to do that for this one.
Gotcha.
And then we have another property in Elsa Craig under contract, so that's also another flip with the same JV partner that I bought the fourplex with. So that is a very interesting property. I bought that one off a wholesaler. It's a single family home, been approved to split into 4 lots. So I need to go through the process of getting the lots serviced. There's some stormwater issues, so I've got to get the drainage figured out, get them serviced, renovate the house, and then we're probably going to sell everything off.
Gotcha.
You know, and so with my Ilderton flip and managing this Elsa Craig flip, it's going to be busy.
Yes.
It's going to be busy. And then I've got under contract in Chatham 2 triplexes and a fourplex. All of those need a ton of work. So as we're able to turn tenants over, we're going to renovate the units. And then I also sold my duplex that I bought in 2015. So in 2019, I had a unit destroyed by a tenant. The reason why it was so detrimental for me is because I didn't have the money set aside to deal with it, right? We were having some financial troubles anyways last year as a family, and then when this hit us, it basically bankrupted us. Come October, I had to start borrowing money off my parents just to live, pay the bills, and nothing makes it feel like more of a failure than that, honestly. So we were able to do a great job though. We renovated the main unit, and it was a full renovation, and we spent like $35,000 on the reno. So I was there again, evenings and weekends, hiring buddies from work, you know, to help me lay flooring, paint, drywall, that sort of thing. And you know, we had to fix some structural issues, new windows, insulation. There was no insulation in the walls at all. Like nothing. And so I was hoping to spend like $25,000. We ended up spending $35,000. I'm very happy with that, with the scope of the project. We were also able to change the layout completely, open it right up, and make it a nice 3-bedroom. So that one we sold for $390. So we were asking $358. It sold for $390 cash. And that one is closing April 3rd. So that's where we're at right now.
Nice. So obviously you're taking on a lot of projects in the start of 2020. Do you mind we don't need to go through like project by project, but high level, like what's really changed? Like obviously you sold a couple properties, which gave you some capital, but it's not like you necessarily had $1 million in cash to go do all these deals. So what's the real catalyst here? So
the biggest thing for me was my mindset change on willing to partner. So all this time I was trying to do everything myself because ego, greedy, you know, I want the whole deal to myself. I don't want to share it. And I had the real mindset change to share the deal, be willing to share the deal. You won't make as much on one deal, but this way you'll be able to do many more deals. And it's really the only way to scale as a real estate investor, because no matter how much money you have, you will run out of money.
Yeah, you'll always find bigger projects, right? Exactly. That's my problem as well, is like once you're capable of always doing a duplex, maybe personally with your own finances, then you start looking at like 4plexes or 6plexes or 10plexes, and you constantly want to be moving the needle because one, I think it just gives a greater sense of satisfaction when we're taking down bigger and bigger goals and, you know, overcoming greater obstacles. But there's just also something really personally satisfying about feeling like you're leveling up.
Exactly.
And, you know, getting to experiment with different investment strategies once you've built that solid understanding of the basic strategies. So like getting into severances and things of that nature is a lot of fun, just exciting getting to learn those new avenues, right, to real estate.
Like, yeah, with this one in Elsa Craig, I had a conference call yesterday with the planner, with their whole team on what my next steps are. This whole thing is new to me, but it's really nice because now I don't have a day job. I can dedicate all my time and energy into this and learn and make it happen and have an opportunity to make some decent money as well.
Yeah, I love it. You kind of mentioned or hinted at right before we started shooting the story about family members and just how their perspectives have evolved in regards to real estate investing. Do you mind elaborating a bit more? Because I know I've definitely gone through that with family members and friends not really understanding the opportunity that we see with real estate investing.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, and so back when I was talking about buying real estate, my family thought I was crazy, my friends did too, and my parents were going to talk me out of it, which they never did. They never tried. And so I bought my first one, and I probably bought my second one at the time when my dad didn't really trust what I was doing, but he would talk to his accountant. He'd tell his accountant what I'm doing, and his accountant has rental properties.
Oh, okay.
You know, he talked to his finance guy at the bank about what I'm doing. His finance guy has rental properties. He talked to his insurance guy. His insurance guys get rental properties. He talked to his buddies. His buddies have rental properties. And not necessarily from what I've done, but also from them doing the same as what I'm doing, helped my parents to change their mind on real estate. And now my dad actually did a flip in Florida.
Oh yeah.
That was an interesting story. They go down to Florida every winter, and so they were at the pool, and there's a condo block there, and people must know that they're into real estate because he was approached about a deal, and he wasn't interested. And these condos were probably selling for $130,000, $140,000 at the time, done up nice. And they wanted my dad to buy their condo, but he wasn't allowed to go in and see it.
Oh, okay.
Because the person was a hoarder. And so the crap everywhere, they didn't want my dad to see the property. So he threw in an offer of like $55,000 sight unseen. And he got the deal. And then they came back home, and he flew back down for 6 weeks to manage the renovation. And they actually just sold the property this past year. So my dad did a flip without ever wanting to do it, kind of fell in his lap. And now they own 2 condos in Tillsonburg. And, you know, it's funny, it's the game of Monopoly. Once you get going, it's addicting.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's very addicting. It's like getting tattoos. I have one, I want more. My wife has one, she wants more. You know, once you get your first property, get your second property, you want more. You want all the deals. And it's amazing because you can really start to level up just like you do in the game of Monopoly. And it really does get addicting. So my dad wants to buy more properties as well. You know, the opportunity really isn't there for him right now. You know, they're at the point in their life where they kind of want to slow down. You know, my dad's in his 70s, and my mom doesn't want him to push too hard, but you know, he's got the drive and the motivation too, and he loves it. They've got 2 condos in Tillsonburg. They bought the one before the market went crazy, and they bought the other one while the market was starting to go crazy, but they had no competition on either of them. And so they were able to do very well on them. And now my sister has a condo. Actually, she might have 2 condos as well. I think they have 2.
Awesome.
I think my sister has 2 condos as well. So there's been a definite mind shift about real estate and how to invest your money, and good debt versus bad debt, and leveraging yourself. And, you know, it's not the end of the world. We're not all going to go bankrupt. You know, worst case scenarios very rarely happen, if ever. So last year, though, was a bit of a worst case scenario for me, but that was to do with a lack of planning on my side. Like, if I could give anyone advice, you really need to have a buffer in your separate real estate accounts. You know, every account for every property, you have to have that buffer. I find not enough people talk about that. And to really help with your stress, you know, if you've got a problem, a tenant's not paying, or your furnace, whatever happens, if you've got cash in the bank to deal with it, you can sleep at night. If you have to find the cash to deal with the problem, it's going to drive you crazy, and you can't live like that.
Yeah, 100% agree. That's some great wisdom there, guys. And if people want to follow along with you on your real estate investing journey, what's the best way to do so on social media?
So for this Ilderton flip, I'm going to be documenting as much as possible, basically daily. And so follow me on Instagram, Time is Money, and then follow me on YouTube, Time is Money. There's no YouTube videos yet, but that will be coming soon.
Awesome. Thanks, Alex.
Thank you.
Thanks again to Alex. Really appreciate him taking the time to break down exactly how his portfolio has evolved over these years. And I hope you guys all learned the value in networking, whether that's joining a network like Cashflow Tribe, which you can do for a 14-day free trial, link in the video description down below. And again, you can just binge all that content for 13 days, cancel it if you don't like it. No harm, no foul. You won't hurt my feelings and you won't get charged. But doesn't matter whether you join a great networking group like Cashflow Tribe or another one, you need to surround yourself with like-minded individuals. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So it's time to level up. It's 2020, guys. I mean, the future's here. And if you guys enjoyed this video, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new to my channel, and until next time, remember, making money is a team sport, and there is more than enough money in this world for us to all make it. But if you're not saving it, I mean, like, what's the point? Thanks, guys. Oh, I also kind of want a new outro saying, so if you guys have any suggestions for me, let me know in the comment section down below what you think my outro saying should be. I feel like I'd really like the one we have, but it's been 4 years now. I think it's time to, mix it up a bit. Let me know, comments down below.